Hey, it's your girl, Dr. Tongie, yet again. And this time we're going to get it right. I guess three times really is a charm, right? And when you have something that is so great to come out, you'll find a way to get that information out so that it can be revelated knowledge to you. Now, let's bring on and let's talk. Hey, Rodina, how are you,
Hey,
baby?
I'm
All
doing
right.
well, Dr. T.
We got this, right?
We got this.
We got this. All right. If you will, this series again is really, really near and dear to me because it does speak to the soul. Man is in three parts. We are three-dimensional. We have a body, we have a soul, our suke, and we are spirit. We don't have a spirit. And doing a series like this kind of slows everything down so you can rediscover who you are, reconnect, and do exactly what you're supposed to be doing in this earth, with serving us with your gifts. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. So we are on one accord here. The first week that we're doing this will be to discover your why. And that's really important because you never ever want to be guilty of just doing something, one, at random, two, without intention, or three, not expecting something in the end. Okay? So everything you do, and you know this, so I'm just kind of merely preaching to the choir, but everything we do in life, everything you do has to make sense. We're kind of past that stage where we just do things nilly-willy, right?
Yes.
Now, you have a remarkable gift or gifts. You have remarkable talents and exceptional skill sets. When someone of your caliber put pen to paper, you just flow. With that, and that's just me speaking to you, just kind of speaking to that soulish person that you are, what's your why?
Well, I have to know exactly, like you said, what my why is. I have to ask myself, what is the purpose of writing this? And what am I going to authentically convey in what I'm about to say? So it may cause me to have to do a little research or to ask some questions because I need to understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, the history of it, whatever it is that's going to help me to understand how I can make it my own and convey it in a way that the audience is going to not only just hear what I'm saying, but they need to receive it and understand. I want to say something that's going to just permeate their spirit, give them something to think about. So I always have something to say, and I make sure that I try to convey that in everything that I write.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God, I got chill bumps here, lady. No fair. No, we're just getting started. How dare you do that to me? Who are you? Seriously, who are you?
I am a woman who loves to help people feel good. I want to give you the sense of purpose, that sense of joy, that titillation, that excitement that I feel. And so in order to do that, I really have to understand my audience, for one. And then I have to really authenticate and capture what it is I'm trying to convey in a way that transcends the norm. I don't want to be like everyone else. It can't just be the same way that so-and-so said before. I have to put my own stamp on it, make it my own in order for that authenticity to truly show. It has to be something that is made my own. So it's real important.
Okay. Now, I hear what you're saying, and I promise you, I'm hearing it really good. But I'm also listening to what you're not saying. Can we be open, honest, and sincere? I'm not gonna bum rush you. I swear I'm not. I don't have that kind of spirit. I'm not her. But
okay.
I really wanna juxtapose into why do you want to inspire? Why do you want to motivate? Why is it Why I mean, you could easily, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're smart, you know what I mean, you could easily just kind of focus on you. Why include others on this journey with you?
I just want them
So
to feel the way that I do. I just want them to feel the way that I felt. I'll tell you this. I remember being a child, probably about 8 or 9 years old. And my aunt used to have, she was an avid reader. And she used to have these books by the Harlequin series. I'm not sure if you remember
I
that. And
remember.
Fabio was on the cover.
With
And
that beautiful
it,
hair.
yeah, yes. And I wanted to know what was so good about these books. And I didn't really read the entire book. I was too young to really, I didn't understand what I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
But I always went to the end of the book and to the middle of the book to get to the good stuff, to get to the good parts.
Ah.
And it was those experiences and that feeling when I read those parts, that excitement that I felt, it's just a feeling that you can't even explain. I just felt so good. I didn't even know what I was feeling. I didn't understand what I was feeling, but I know it just felt good. And I knew that, oh, I want to know more. I got to see what else is out there. I have to explore this. So I always snuck and read those books and other books. And that's how I learned how different authors use the wordplay. They use puns and the uses of words to really stimulate a reader. And that is why I do it.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Now, how old were you again?
Probably about 8 or 9. Probably about 8 or 9.
Okay. So let's get to that word. And you said it yourself, the feeling. You want people to feel what you felt or were feeling or is feeling. Why is that important to, one, identify what you're feeling and then want someone else to kind of come along and feel it too? Why is that important?
When you think about excitement and joy and just satisfaction and even arousal, that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling, no matter what state of mind you're in, whether it's a laughter or it's something that just really embodies that feel good, that I want to read that and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. And you put yourself and you imagine that you're inside the story or you're where the author is. That's why I do it, because I want my readers to feel the same way. I want them to be able to leave the current situation or their current environment and be transformed into another universe, my universe, what they're reading. And that's a way with words. Taking someone away with words is, that's my goal, just to take you away with words.
So we're going to dig a little deeper, because for you to take someone away with words, that means that you've got some words that are kind of there in that moral of your being. What was your childhood like for you to care so much? Because normally, and this is what I've seen in times past. For me, I'll use myself as an example. The thing that I didn't get the most is what I'm giving away now as an adult. The thing that I didn't get the most is what I'm giving away freely now. So what was your childhood like for you to now want to just take a person away from whatever they may be, involved in, to spend those few moments, that hour of, downtime reading or what have you? What was that childhood like for you to want to give away something like that?
Well, I want to say that I had a good childhood, but I also had a part of my life that was missing. And at times I would be very withdrawn, and I knew that I had friends, but I just wasn't happy. I just wasn't happy because I was missing something in my life. I was missing a relationship that just wasn't there. And so for me to hide in the closet and sneak a book and to read it,
Yeah.
just the art of sneaking itself is exciting. But then when you
Yeah.
stumble upon something and it's taboo, it's forbidden, but you read it anyway, that feeling right there is like no other. It will change a bad mood to a great mood. You won't even realize it. And you just get up and walk away, just in your own little world. Not even realizing that those words just took you away and just changed your mood. And that is something that I always carried with me. And different points in my life, just in growing up in middle school, even on into high school, there were different things that I read, different things that I wrote, but I always came back to literature. Literature always was that freeing subject for me. That was something that I always easily excelled in. And it wasn't until I got in high school that I started reading other Black authors, and one of them was Zane. And that was in a time period where erotica, especially for Black authors, was extremely taboo, extremely unheard of. And you didn't talk about it.
No.
And what do you know? Eventually she came on HBO. She had a show on HBO, and that was monumental. Wow. I don't even believe that at the time when that happened, that I was even conscious of the magnitude of what that meant for a Black author specializing in an erotic genre to be on broadcast TV on HBO. It was way ahead of its time. Yes, absolutely. Just way ahead of the time. And you know, hindsight is 2020. When I think back and look back at that, and just I was glued to those books. My friends were, people in my family, they don't know that I know they were glued to it, but they were. And you know, it was just something that was a part of our early adulthood. That was just something that, you know, we grew up with. And I've always carried Zane with me. And there were some other authors, Elin Harris, Eric Jerome Dickey.
I remember.
You know, those were the authors that paved the way for, I believe, a lot of the young artists today, because no one else was writing about those topics. No one cared about the Black experience in love and life in the hood or wherever the settings of those books are. No one cared about that. So it was something that I always carried.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna side note here. The way you told that story, I kid you not, you were like a little girl who was like, nah, I got something and I'm gonna, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I do have to ask you this, because when you're starting to do this, you know, I can sit here and say, you know, oh, it's going to be easy. You got this, you know, you're going to have to not only put in the work, but at some point become the work. And who's your accountability people? What's your circle looking like? You've got some people that are going to tell you to, hey, put your feet to the fire and get that done, right?
Oh, yes.
Good. Very good.
I definitely have a close circle, and I actually have just some random people who every so often will check in with me and say, hey, I need my fix. Where's that book at?
Wow.
You said it. Hey, they check in with me all the time. And no matter how much life gets in the way, someone is always sending me a text, sending me an email, talking to me on social media. There's someone always in my ear. Even when I try to say I'm tired or I can't focus on it right now, there's someone. And there's God too, because there have been times where I know he's telling me to write, and I'll be laying down, something will pop in my head, and I'll sit up and write, and then I'll start for 30 minutes, and that'll be it. And sometimes it hurts. I'll have so much information on my brain, and I'm so tired that I can't write it out. And then there's God in the back of my mind saying, I gave you this. You need to write it down. You need to record it. Amen. You need to do something.
Amen.
Do something with it. And he doubles up on
Absolutely.
me. And sure enough, if it's not you, it could be my best friend or just someone random. Hey, Send me something. What you doing? Did you finish
Are
your book?
you
Is it published yet?
serious?
Yes,
Okay.
every time.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Mhm.
You know, I met you through a very beautiful, charming, loving gentleman that just spoke so highly of you and what you're doing and what you're embodying. I think that's a pretty good circle to be in, baby. Seriously,
Yes,
I do. Good for you.
yes, yes.
Good for you. All right. So here's what we're going to do. You've answered the why, right?
Mhm.
Now, the second plan or second stage of this is what do you want to do with what you're bringing to the marketplace? It almost encompasses the why, but it's more of we're third week is planning and implementation. So this is a discovery period, okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
You know that in our beautiful community, in our culture, some things are just like you said, they are taboo. I want you to honestly and you're going to do the homework to
Okay.
write down what does that look like. Is it freedom for you to do this? Is it liberty for you to do this? Is it because someone told you you couldn't do it? You know, it almost it borderlines the why, but it goes a little deeper so that we can actually understand what our objective is here the second week.
Mhm. Okay. I like
So
that.
okay, so it's labor intensive, and I don't mean to
Mhm.
do that to you, but you know what you've been carrying, Rodina. You know how long you've been carrying it. You know how many times someone whispered in your ear and told you what you couldn't do, and someone told you that maybe it's just not the
Mhm.
time, or it's not the season, or what would God think, or what would Jesus think, whatever that looked
Yes.
like. You know how we do
Mhm.
that, right?
Yes, I do. Yes.
This is not the platform for that. And I told you that once upon a time, and I'm going to tell you again. And when we bring the publisher on that's going to publish your book, should that be the route that you want to go, we're going to fast track you. All right. I've
Okay.
got someone right now here in California from Texas that's ready to do it. All I have to do is just make that call. I'm ready for you. You've got people that are waiting for you. You've got people that have DM'd you. You've got people that have told you, look, girl, you know, I need my fix. Come on. So I'm going to tell you now, this
Mhm.
is time for you to do it. Okay? All right.
All
You've
right.
got my phone number. I answer my phone, even if it's late. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll call you right back. But if I get a phone call after 10 o'clock, after 11 o'clock, that's a serious phone call for me. I've
Okay.
had phone calls at 1 o'clock in the morning just the other night, and it was just a simple, TT, I just need you to hold the phone. And all she did for 2 hours and 39 minutes was cry. And I held the phone until she finished crying. And when she was done, we prayed, sang Kumbaya, and she went to sleep. So, I'm saying that because I'm very serious about what I'm doing and I don't have time to waste.
Mhm.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Your homework for next Tuesday, next Monday,
Okay.
excuse me, let's discuss it on Sunday. Let's do it on Monday for the
Okay.
show. You're going to not only give the why, because that was a real good why, but I
Mhm.
want that why that kept you up at night, that had the baby on your shoulder and you're saying, oh my God, what am I doing here? I want that why that's going to make a difference in those little girls' lives that look like you and I, that says, but if she can do it and she loves God and she has a relationship with God, I can too. You see?
Yes.
Thank you, baby. So your
Okay.
objective, absolutely. All right. So we're going to discover the why, what to do. What do you want to do? What does that look like? And I need it to be a God idea, not a Rodina idea. See, a
Okay.
Rodina idea would be, oh, I want to, New York bestseller. Want to make money, of course, and I want to be, a woman of influence. But what does that God idea? that he placed in you look like, that you've just been bubbling over. I mean, if you were an elephant, you've been carrying the baby around for how many months now? But you got this, baby. You got this. You got this. And I'm so proud of you right now. I am so proud of you. I could not be more proud of you if it was my own baby, my own daughter that was saying to me, Ma, I need you to hold my hand because I'm about to walk on this journey.
Yes.
Because that's what we do. We walk together.
Yes.
All right. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for allowing me to walk with you just a little bit. Thank you for trusting me. All right. You're going to do the work so that you can become the work, right?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard her. She said it out of her mouth. She's going to do the work so that she can become the work. So I need you guys to DM me, DM Rodina. Rodina, how can people stay in contact with you that want to be part of your journey as well?
They can reach me at Black Tulip, BLACK 2LIP on Instagram.
All right. So reach out to Rodina, encourage her, drop your nuggets or what have you. Rodina, thank you so very much. You join me back here Monday. We're going live, baby.
Yes. Yes.
5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Talk to Tongie. Thank you, baby. I love you to the moon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
So much.
I love you, baby. I love you.
Right back at you. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.